Hello everyone, I'm Ronald Mehta and welcome back to marketing91.com. We provide management and marketing training to students and professionals worldwide through our courses, videos and community. This video is part of our comprehensive take on the gamut of human resource management. Let's take a stab at Severance Package. When an employee leaves a job at a company against his or her choice, they may be eligible to receive a severance package which includes compensation and perks. When employees lose their job as a consequence of company's decisions rather than because of bad performance that lead to their termination, separation money is typically provided, which is known as a severance package. Moving on, let's look at an example to understand the gamut of severance package. For instance, a technology company, Company X, is looking to establish a presence in the same country in other regions. As part of its expansion plan, buying a smaller firm, Company Y, which operates in the same industry, is a decision taken by Company X. Company X has more expertise and a much bigger team as compared to one of the divisions in Company Y. Keeping this in mind, Company X is willing to let a majority of employees continue their services at Company Y since they have more experience in the local market. Moving further, now Company X realizes that by totally replacing a department in Company Y with members of Company X's current team, both firms will benefit. The division of Company Y is deemed unnecessary by Company X. As a result, the Company Y announces layoffs to its division which has around 100 employees. For each year they work there, each of the 100 employees will receive severance money, which will be equal to 1 month's salary for each year of service. An employee will therefore receive 10 months worth of severance pay if they have worked for the Company Y for 10 years. Moving on to the backlash faced by retailer Sears when they laid off employees. Companies that do not provide severance compensation run the risk of upsetting employees and damaging their reputation. Sears revealed in 2018 that it would be terminating employees working on an hourly basis without providing them with severance pay. Well, a thin line. In addition to this, they also announced that the executives will be paid millions as a part of the annual bonuses while restructuring in the face of bankruptcy. Obviously, the company received harsh criticism from both employees and the broader public. Moving on to a recent example of severance pay was promised to terminated Meta employees. However, not all of them were receiving it. According to reports, a number of recently terminated Meta workers are dissatisfied with severance payments that they received. They claim that they were given less money than other employees. Although Meta fired about 11,000 employees, not all of them received the promised severance pay. As per CNBC, the Meta Sourcer Development Program will help workers from diverse backgrounds obtain careers in corporate technology recruiting. These employees were laid off, which were part of the initiative. In addition to the base severance compensation of 16 weeks that Meta provided to some of its employees, it also promises salary of 2 added weeks in account of the number of years they have served. Moving forward, the multinational tech company added that it will cover the cost required for their healthcare. Employees and their families are eligible for this, which has a 6 months validity. CNBC was told by the employees that the company is providing only a 3-month valid COBRA insurance and a base pay of 8 weeks as severance package. Despite being full-time employees as opposed to contract workers, they further asserted that the IT company has not given explanation on this issue. In fact, according to some sources, some affected employees even sent their concerns to Mark Zuckerberg, CEO of Meta, and other officials in the form of a letter to them to let them know about the severance package issue and requested to help them with this issue. In a letter the group wrote, even our former managers insisted we were confused and that all the information they were getting was that they were offered 16 weeks of pay and 6 months of health insurance. Very contradictory figures all over the company. Moving on to a further explanation of severance package. Severance compensation typically consists of 1 to 2 weeks of salary for each year an employee worked for the firm. Senior executives often receive severance compensation as specified in the contract of employment, and executives may earn a month's compensation for every year of service. Moreover, health insurance and job placement aid may be included to help the employee find a new job as an extension of severance packages and benefits in addition to the amount they receive. Moving on, employees who retire or are laid off, or in cases where the employees have been terminated as a result of downsizing a team, are also offered such packages by the company. A severance payment might also be given to employees who get terminated or resign. To provide the employee with a safety net between employment and unemployment, severance pay proves to be a gesture of goodwill by the employer. Well, the idea of getting severance pay when they resign is typically not the usual case, but happens in the companies where they want people to resign on their own and leave, and they provide them with some financial compensation without making much noise. Now moving on to components of a severance package. First, the pending monthly compensation of the employee. A surcharge is determined by number of months of service. A sum of money in replacement of the necessary notice time. Few companies continue to provide employees with dental, life or health insurance without paying the bills. And moreover, if an employer is fired due to misconduct of any critical company policy, as in the issue on behalf of the employer, they can demand unemployment benefits. Finally, United States and the gamut of severance package. Although there is no mention of severance pay being mandatory as per the United States Department of Labor, the company is compelled to abide by the policies if there is a mention in the employee's contract to offer a severance package. This also implied that companies that have an employee handbook that states severance pay. Furthermore, the corporation or the company in question must abide by any verbal promise it makes to an employee regarding severance pay. So that's it, folks. This brings an end to the gamut of severance pay. These are the list of sources and links referred to for our content in the video. Thank you and stay tuned for more videos.